it was in November 1997 that I got notice of retrenchment. I mean, it was obviously not pleasant to receive a notice like that, but I took it quite well, and I went home. I shared calmly with my family. I mean, the children were quite young at the time. Keith was only about, I think it was like 9, and then my daughter was 6. So anyway, I just want to share what I went through and hope that can encourage some of you. Basically, what I did was that, I mean, you know, I just continue to apply for whatever positions that are available in the market, even though the economic conditions were very bleak at the time, and people are talking about 1998 is going to be worse, and it's going to get worse before it gets better, and so on and so forth. But personally, I do not, I choose not to allow myself to be overwhelmed by all this bad news that are going on in the market. I mean, you know, just the whole market was just inundated with a lot of negative news. So what I did was I just continued to believe in myself, and I just continued to apply for the positions. And what I realized then is that each time I receive a call from, you know, sort of potential employer, you know, I will perk up. You know, I'll just feel excited, and then I go for the interview, and then there were quite a number of times where it didn't turn out well, and you know, maybe because at the time most companies are not willing to pay, and I was already earning quite a, you know, a sort of a high salary, so you know, it was not easy for companies to, you know, for me to get a company that would pay me the kind of salary. So most of the interviews actually didn't go well, but I continued to just hang on, continue to apply, and I continue to receive calls, and I continue to just go for the interviews. And I was only in September 1998, that was about 10 months or so later, that I managed to get a job. And it was not an easy decision because the job was only going to pay me about 55% of what I was drawing before. So that's a 45% pay cut. So I sort of reasoned to myself that should I be pragmatic about it? Because I think the longer you stay unemployed, it'll be more difficult for you to get back into the job market, because employers tend to view quite negatively for people who take a long time to, you know, get back into the job market. So anyway, I took the tough decision of accepting the position, even though it was almost half my salary. So I took the opportunity to use that job to look for something better, because once I'm employed, I can continue to look for something better, which I did. About 1.5 years later, I got another job, and you know, I purposed to do well, and I did very well in that job. And about 5 years later, I was actually earning a salary that was even higher than before the Asian financial crisis. So what I'm trying to say here is that, you know, for those who may be facing similar situations, don't be discouraged, because I think the mind is a battlefield. If you allow your mind, you know, to be swarmed with all the negative news, and then you just get overwhelmed, sooner or later, the feeling of despondency is going to set in, and that's going to be, you know, quite negative. So I continue to just stand in my faith and just have confidence that things will get better, because at the end of the day, nothing is permanent. You know, whether anything good or bad, you know, it has to end. So I just figured that the bad times will have to end, and so I hang on, and it sort of paid well. Everything turned out for my good. So what I just want to say here is that just continue to feel positive, and I think the positive mindset is basically, you know, you basically win half the battle by being positive, because positive mindset will basically, it will give you the impetus to take the right actions, to do the right things, you know. So just hang in there, and just continue to do what you have to do. An important thing is to spend quality time with your family, because I think at times like this, in difficult times, your family is your support, and it's going to give you more resilience by staying close to the family.